Welcome to Learning Reaper. I'm your host, X.E.L.O. And today I want to actually go over MX Turner inside of Reaper. I want to give a big shout out to Feed the Cat. He's the one who actually created this tool. I think it's a great tool. It gives you an option to determine what the sample is that you're actually using inside of Reaper. I know it gives you that inside of the browser section as well, but it gives you an option to see it on a keyboard, and you get to lock your pitch for those keys inside this tool as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off by finding out where to actually get it from. So if you go to Reapack and you go to the repository list, you'll scroll down and you'll have an option on here for FTC, which is Feed the Cat, and his tools that he has. He has a whole bunch of different scripts and one effect inside here. So basically you just copy this, the link and address, you copy this from here, and then you go into Reaper. So in order to actually get this tool inside of Reaper, you have to have the SWS extension, and I have a video up above to show you how to actually set up the SWS and the Reapack, but I'm just going to show you really quickly in here how to do it with the Reapack. So in Reaper, you go up here to extensions, and once you're in the extensions, you're going to go to Reapack, and then you're going to go to import repositories. Click on that, and it brings up this little box. So you can import the repositories here. You just basically paste the address that you have on here, but I already have it because it's right here, this FTC tools. So I don't have to do it, but once you do it, you hit OK and the box will disappear like that. Go back up to your extensions, go into Reapack, and this time you can go to Manage Repositories. And you see the FTC tools in here. You can either double click it or you can import export. I would suggest just double click it and it'll bring up your box. It'll let you know what you actually have installed. As you see, you have a whole bunch of different scripts that gets installed with this one setup. All of them actually work pretty good. And this is what shows you what the packages are. And if you wanted to like install, just install it from here, install package from this repository. It will install all of them in Reaper. All right, so now you have it installed. Let me show you what it looks like and how to actually pull it up. All right, so what you want to do in Reaper, you want to go up to your actions and you want to go to show action list, and you can just type in MX and you'll see the MX Turner pulls up right here. Once you click on it, you'll get an option to run it, or you can just double click on it. And mine pulls up on the bottom here. I'm going to undock it though. I'm going to go right click on here, undock. So this is what it looks like when you have it inside of Reaper. It's pretty basic, pretty plain. So if you play a sample, let me see if I can find one really quick. All right, and when you actually play a sample inside here, you will see that it'll lock on to whatever the note is for the sample. So this one says that it should be C. This one says that it should be on C, but it's actually showing up as a G inside of the MX Tuner, and is pulling it from this info down here inside of the sampler as well. See, it pulls up the G. So it'll go by that first note that it actually recognizes. So what you can do, you can right click on here and edit metadata tag, and you can go to the key, right? So if I put in here that this is supposed to be C key, all right, so I changed the metadata on here. So now this M pops up on here, basically telling me that the metadata is saying that it's supposed to be C. Even though the key is coming up as a G sharp, it's telling me that it's going to be C. And this is an easy way to find the scale of whatever, or the key of whatever sample you're actually playing. If it has the metadata in there, this is an easy way to do it. If it actually tells you what it is in the description, it'll pull up as an F here instead of an M. And if you didn't want to use this, what the metadata is telling you, you want to use what Reaper is telling you, you can click on here and it'll bring it back to whatever key that was first set up inside of the MX Turner, which is really cool, right? If it has an F inside here, it means that it found it from the file name. So anytime it's found from the file name, it'll actually put the F there. But if you wanted it to find it on its own, you can just unclick it. And I guess it is the right note because it's staying on the same one. All right, so now let's say we didn't want this to be in a C sharp. Say we wanted to be in a F sharp. So I can click on here and you see this little lock on here now. So now when I play the sample, it will adjust to whatever I have it locked to on that scale. And this is really good if you're a person that uses a lot of samples. You can use this tool to find the pitch and easily add it into your track or beat. If you right click on the top here, it doesn't do anything. Or if you click on the top, it doesn't do anything. You have to click inside where the piano is. If you right click in here, it'll give you your option for your windows. You can dock, you can hide the frame, which is the outside panel. As you see, I can hide the frame. Always on top. Always on top just means that it'll stay on top of the whatever is underneath it. Avoid focus is a way to have it just hidden away in the back. So it's not focused on inside of the DAW. So you have your pitch snap. So you can do a continuous, you can do quarter tones and semitones. So you can bring it up by semitones or quarter tones, and you have an option to tune with rate. So you can actually tune it however you want to tune your sounds inside here as well. But I like to leave it on continuous because if it's a long sample, it'll still play it in whatever key I lock it to. All right, in the algorithm here, this is Feed the Cat, this first one. This is what he set up for his own algorithm. And this is one that other people will use. If you don't like Feed the Cats one, you can use this one as well. And this is how it defines the metadata for the metadata key tag or the file name, like this F up here or this M. You can take those off if you want to. You don't have to have them on there, but it's just a nice feature to know that if it's pulling from the actual file or metadata. And the theme, you can have it light, you can have it dark, and you can have the Reaper 1, which is pretty much the same as the light and dark, but I just leave it on Reaper 2. I have no idea why, but that's the one I stick with. So I'm gonna dock this now. In order to dock it, you just click on the dock and it'll dock it. I have mine set up to dock down here. Let's say it wasn't docked down here. Let's say it was over here, right? So this big old piano is over here and I wanna have it underneath my browser. So I can hold down Control and click on here and drag this. As you see, it'll move it around. So I'll be able to move this to where I want to move it. And that's how you can add it right underneath your browser. I have mine set for a shortcut here as well. And this is my toolbar. So if you actually wanted to add it to your toolbar, you can basically just hit on the edit, add, type in MX, click on the one that you want, the MX Turner. And then you can do select and close and it'll add it onto your list. Like mine's is right here for the script. I did add an icon for mine's as well, and which is really easy to do in setup. So now anytime I click on it, it'll make it go away, or I can bring it back whenever I need it inside of the DAW. All right, so I found this guitar loop that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna lock the key in here to E. So anything else I bring in here will be on that same exact measure. So I'm gonna do a loop on here. Let's see if we can find another sound that'll go with it. All right, so I found this other sound in here. Seeing that it's locked to the key, it should be in tune with it. So I can just pull it over into my playlist here, and now I have them both together. I'm just gonna lower it down. Right, because it was originally on A, but now I changed it so that the key wouldn't match the other sample. So let's find some loops in here so we can finish up the beat. All right, so I added a quick 808 in here just to finish off the beat. So basically I have the sample in here. I have the sample that I pitched. I have the hi-hat and the snare combined inside of a loop. I have a kick that I added, and I have the 808. So this is how it sounds all together. All right, and that's pretty much what you can get from the MX Turner. I think it's a very, very good tool to actually have in your arsenal if you're a person that actually does a lot of loops and sampling. I think this will help tremendously when you're trying to find a sample that matches the key of whatever you're actually doing. Like I said, big shout out to Feed the Cat. We really appreciate you in the community. Yeah, but pretty much that's it. I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below in the comment section. And once again, I want to thank everybody for watching Learning Reaper. Peace. Hey you, yes you. YouTube wants you to watch this video next, man. Go ahead and click it. I'll wait. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not going to keep waiting here. All right, I will see you in the next video though. Peace.